So, confession time, guys. I've never seen these episodes. I never actually watched season 6. When I was watching the Clone Wars, back when it came out, this was as far as I got. And by this, I mean the last episode, the one where Ahsoka left. And I'm not sure why, but I thought the series ended there, like us with Ahsoka leaving. Because people were talking about, oh, it's the end, and several of my friends said, yeah, that was the final episode, so I just kind of assumed that that was it. And it wasn't like I had a reliable way of watching it as it was coming out, since I didn't have cable at the time or anything like that. So I was just watching it at a friend's, so since he said it was over, I stopped watching it. So even though I'm aware of some of the plot stuff that happens in Season 6, like this whole Chip arc that we're going through right now, I've never actually watched these episodes, so this is my first time. Woo! This first arc, of course, is the Chip arc. I just mentioned that. And I love it. It's like after this big, deep, personal character story, it's like, meanwhile, back at the war. I do really like how they portray this, though. It's legitimately good competency. We see the troopers supporting the Jedi, supporting the troopers, supporting the Jedi. And that's exactly how it should be. Being able to use coordination, skill, and strategy to be able to overcome what is effectively a superior enemy. I know, the droids have never been shown as superior, but they should be. I also really like how the one sister, the general, didn't see the attack coming at all. Did you notice that? Like, even when she turned over and saw the gun pointed at her, she didn't quite cognate it. I point that out because that was in many ways the idea, the original idea behind Order 66, and the thing that they circled around before they came up with this new idea. Because the whole idea was the Jedi didn't see the attack coming because the Jedi didn't sense any danger, because they were just working with people who were just following orders, so nothing changed. Like, the clone troopers were just shooting a different target. There was no, oh, I will betray you, which they might have sensed. There was no, and now I will turn on you. No, it was just another day for them, and thus the mundanity of it is how the Jedi never actually caught that and thus died. And it makes sense. They even show that in this episode. Anyways. So, I do also like... Well, I don't like the cyber tarantula, Jesus Christ. But I do like how he notices what's going on, because he recognizes that, I should have lost that battle. Why did I win? Looks into it and is like, oh, okay. Reports it to Dooku, who reports it to Palpatine, who is now able to try and do something about the situation. Funnily enough, I figured Palpatine would try to do something about the situation on the Republic side of things, but instead he sends a separatist force to go and take it, which basically confirms that something's going on here. Anyways, I'll talk more about that in the future, I'm sure. I do like the droids literally attacking the fighter craft, just literally going up there and shooting out the window. Although you'd think that would be like a little bit more durable to small arms fire. I mean, come on. Regardless of that, though, one of the things I do like about the scene where the droids take on the ship is the surprising competency of the clone troopers on board. Within seconds of everything going badly, they have their oxygen set up, they have the weapons going, and they've magnetized and are ready to go. Just bam, bam, bam. I do like the show of competency, even though they ended up losing in the end. Then Anakin goes with Fives and Rex to go figure out what the hell's going on. And he's like, I could probably take 100 battle droids. And they're like, you might be able to, but we'll probably die in the effort. And Anakin's like, all right, what's your idea? I just find that funny because it's almost like they're acknowledging what's been happening this entire time. How many times now has Anakin or one of the other Jedi charged forward and succeeded at the expense of many clone lives? And then, of course, they do their infiltration thing. And I have to admit, I actually legitimately laughed when they, I am programmed to resist intimidation. Hey, now we're experiencing turbulence. Anyways. Overall, not a bad episode. Definitely gets some mystery going, even though I know where this is going, obviously. It'll be interesting to see where they go next time. See you there, guys.